All right, K-Fish the hypnotist here. I got some YouTube, some Facebook. I want to get this message out as much as I can to most people that need to hear this. Meaning, my expertise is getting rid of anxiety, slowing your mind down to the speed you're living. Very important to get in control of the now. There's nothing other than now. Like Eckhart Tolle says, the power of now. There is no future. That's anxiety. I'm going to explain in great detail today about anxiety. The past is regret. I regret. I live in the past. Neither one exists. Your past doesn't exist. I know that's hard for people to take, but I had a woman said, "I'm a grandmother. How dare you?" She showed me a picture of her grandchild. I'm like, that picture of your grandchild was taken live with your grandchild. Then you're showing it to me now. There's nothing but now. I know it's tough, but I want to do a short three-part series. What anxiety is, that's today. Where it comes from, explaining that, and most importantly, how to get rid of it. This is my whole mission: how to get rid of anxiety. So we're going to start today with what anxiety is, and I want to start with the sliding scale that I developed because me personally, going through worry, overwhelm, extreme anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts. I just got off a call with a client who's going through suicidal thoughts. I said, that's okay. As long as you know how this sliding scale works, we can reverse it and go up to the light and get back to normal, feeling like yourself. That's the beautiful part about it. So it is a sliding scale of anxiety. I'll get into the depression, the suicidal thoughts. When we depress, starts with anger from ourselves, anger from not doing something we want to do, or just anger with ourselves. So we start to press it in. Depression. We press down on our own emotions, so it's our circle gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and we feel like there's no way anybody can understand what I'm going through. There is. I've been there. There's a lot of professionals that have been there. So when you're on the sliding scale, I want to teach you how to get back out of it. So for today, what anxiety is. When I set I have a 6-week online training program called Anxiety Solutions. Slow your mind down to the speed you're living. 6 weeks. I'm proud of it. I put so much research and I interviewed 5 other professionals, a yogi master, another hypnotherapist. It's such an in-depth course that I'm so proud of. But when I was launching it, or when I was getting ready to launch it, I was looking for literal definitions of anxiety. And I looked up the definition, which said, well, anxious thoughts. Nope, nope. You can't use the word. That's circular reasoning, is it called? You can't use the word in the definition. I mean, I didn't learn a lot from school, but I know that. So anxious thoughts, nope. So even the Mayo Clinic, I went to the site and said, while anxiety is a normal part of everyday life and we don't know where it comes from, I checked out. It doesn't have to be a part of normal day life. And I'm going to tell you exactly today where it comes from. So, anxiety. When I launched my program, my 6-week online training program, Anxiety Solution, I had to come up with my own definition for these reasons. And because I've been through it, and because I figured out a way out for me personally, not to help other people. I was so into the suicidal depression thoughts that I talk about it in my program, but I was there. So when somebody says, I know how you feel, you get pissed off because you don't know how I feel. I don't know how you feel, but I've been there. There's a difference. So when you get down to the depression, the suicidal thoughts, the good news is I worked my way out and I can help you work your way out. So what anxiety is, I had to come up with my own definition, like I said, which is fine because I've been through it. And here's what I came up with. Where you're physically at in the universe and where your mind is racing in the future, that gap is anxiety. That gap is anxiety. Follow along. We can never control the gap from this direction. That's why we lean and try to control the future. So anxiety is a misuse of imagination. That's the true definition of it. But anxiety is I'm trying to control that future. So what happens? On the outside, we look like this. From the inside, like Stuart Wilde calls etheric leaning, our etheric body is trying to get to the future to fix that thing that we made up that's going to ruin our lives. We can't get there, so it dumps it back into the body, back into the mind. Oh my God, I'm never going to fix this. I want to get there faster. Dumps it back into the body. This is what I call the anxiety circle. I've coined, if you will, the anxiety circle and how to break it. So anxiety is future worry. Anxiety is trying to control the future. Like I said, I just want to start with what anxiety is today, where it comes from and how to end it. We're going to go over, but it's very important to understand this model that the now is everything. The now is your superpower. The now is, there's never any problems in the now. I had when I was in Los Angeles, I was doing hypnotherapy and I had my mechanic, my auto mechanic, I brought my car to, and he just was suffering from extreme anxiety. He's like, I don't want to take the medication, but blah, blah, blah. So he came into my office, a grown man. We stood up. I walked around my desk, stood in front of him a few inches away. And I told him, I said, what's wrong right now? And he said, well, next week I have to take my mother-in-law to the hospital. Shh. I gave him a Cesar Millan. Shh. Dog whisperer. Shh. Nope. Right now. Well, in a couple of weeks, nope. Right now. And I swear to God, we did this for 30 to 40 minutes. And then all of a sudden, when he ran out of juice of the future, his whole consciousness fell in and he looked at me dead in the eyes. I said, that's where you make your decisions from, the now. He stepped back like I just hypnotized him. And he's, I've never felt that before. I'm like, that's exactly right. How many people live in the now? Oh, that's my clock. Now, superpower, nothing else, nothing but now. And he called me on, that was a Friday. And he called me like, I think Monday. He said, yeah, it worked great for Friday, but Saturday, the whole weekend, I was anxious again. I'm like, great, one whole day? Perfect. That's a great start. So again, slowing your mind down to the speed you're living. There's nothing but now. Anxiety is future worry. We can never control that because it's future. I know this is common sense, but we need to break it down in common sense laws to understand. So if we can't fix it there, I'm so anxious. How do I fix it? Grasshopper. Great question. Slow your mind down to the speed. Slow your mind down to the speed you're living. I have a system called control, reduce, and end. That is my system for ending anxiety because I've been through extreme anxiety. So what anxiety is, please remember this model where you're physically at in the universe. From the outside, I look calm and relaxed. But on the inside, I'm racing towards this future that I'm making up that I got to control that. How's that working for you? Etheric body, leaning, dumps it into the body, fight or flight, the heart rate kicks up. The anxiety circle, how to break the anxiety circle. I'm going to explain to you, but we have to get the model down first. Very important because I had to make this up myself because I couldn't find it in the literature. All the experts, anxiety is a normal part of life. Wow. It's common, but it's not normal. Big difference. It's common. Most people suffer from anxiety. It's common. It's not normal. It's not a normal way to live. You don't understand how the mind works. You don't understand how to slow your mind down to the speed you're living. That's fine. That's what I do for a living. Slowing it down to the speed you're living. That's what I teach. In these next series, what anxiety is today. I hope we got the model down. Next video is going to be where it comes from. We're going to dive deep into that. And then the third video, most importantly, how to end it, how to end anxiety. I live in the now. I'm always in the now. when you're out of balance. I just shot a video yesterday. ABC, always back to center. ABC, always back to center. The trick in life is going to throw you off constantly. That's life. The answer to it is how fast you get back to center. That's the secret. That's the matrix. Actually, it's living outside the matrix. We'll get into that later. But understand the model. Where you're at physically in the universe, where your mind is racing in the future, this gap is the definition of anxiety. You can't control it because you can't control the future. What can you control? Your thought process. Control, reduce, and then slow your mind down to the speed you're living. Follow me. I have a free meditation, anxiety solution meditation on my website, globalmindstretch.com, global, GLOBALMIND, globalmindstretch.com. Go there, put your email in, get a free meditation. Introduction to Anxiety Solution is what I call it. It's free. Please go there and watch out for the next video.